Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well, and salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth in all honesty and sincerity. um, they ain't gonna storming outside and what have you, and power got knocked out, but I'm not gonna let that, you know, stop anything. I'm gonna keep going, you know, and showing diligence and get this truth out. And I just moved to, make a video on the persecution that's coming because this devil is about to come down with great wrath, like the scriptures mention in Revelations, and he only got a short time, man. He has a short time, and his time is ending, and he can't defeat the Most High. So what next would you do? You know, it's kind of just like when in the world somebody can't get you, they're gonna get what's close to you. And since the Most High consider us the apple of His eye, that's exactly who He's gonna come down on. Whether you believe or not, He's coming for you Israelites and the people that believe, man, in the truth. I'm gonna get Matthew chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, because they not persecuting us because we're doing all these worldly things, or selling drugs and out and you know doing all kind of madness. They're gonna persecute us for pushing the truth and prophesying of righteous things that are mentioned in the scriptures. Same as they did Yahweh Shai. And we, the servant is no greater than the master. So we are gonna experience the same things that our Lord Yahweh Shai went through. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So that's why we come out risking our lives, risking our freedom for righteousness' sake, man. This is a labor of love, man. We love our nation, and we want to see it back in holy and holy. Kind. Power just came back on. The water. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And we want to see our nation holy. The way we were meant to be, ruling the earth. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you. And you got a lot of people coming up against GMS, and different other Israelite camps that are pushing this truth, man, that have not sold out to Satan, man. That have not been bought, and trimming their ways, to seek approval from Esau, man. Giving you the straight up and down, the skinny of it, Sit down. Salakia. And shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. So, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. And that's what the 2/3 are, man. They lost their salt, man. And they have to be trodden out. They have to be cast out, Salakia. But they will be reborn into the kingdom, in their right mind. We all will. The whole nation of Israel will be in their right mind. But back to the topic. I'm going to hop over to 23, Matthew 23. And start at verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city. So this persecution has to happen because it's written. It's the will of the Most High. And we have to take that persecution on the chin, man, and look forward to the reward that which is in heaven, man. Cause it vastly outweighs the persecution on this side, the kingdom of heaven, spiritual powers, just it's unfathomable. We'll move to John, book of John, 15. And verse 18. And it reads, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. So the world is going to come up against, scoff against all righteousness, because it hate righteousness. And if you trying to live a righteous life to the best of your abilities, man, you gonna go through it. You gonna go through it, and this first is gonna be from your family first. And I'm gonna grab 22. 20 also. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. They don't know the Most High. Everybody think the Most High is all love, and he loves everybody, and he just accepts anything as long as you call on Jesus, which that's not his name. As long as you say, I love the Lord. No, man. It's more to it than that. First, you have to be an Israelite. And secondly, you have to be an Israelite of the elect and the 1/3. I'm gonna grab First Peter chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at 17. For it is better if the will of Yahweh be so, that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing. Like I said, we ain't out here selling drugs, jumping on people, and just doing all kind of manner of wickedness. They're not persecuting that. But for righteousness, for well doing, yeah, they coming for you. If you're trying to be a stand up father, if you're trying to discipline your children, you could be thrown in jail. If you speak up against injustices, yeah, they'll try to silence you, kill you, defame your character, and all of that. So, but it's better to suffer persecution for well doing than for evil doing. Verse 18, for Yahushua also hath once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to Yahweh, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit. So he was still risen by the Spirit. Get a few more. Hop over to the 4th chapter, and started at verse 2. That he no longer. I'm gonna start at 1. For as much then as Yahushua hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of Yahweh. So you gotta suffer according to the will of Yahweh. I'm gonna get 2 Peter chapter 2 and 9. Sit down. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. So the Lord knows how to rescue you out of life-threatening situations. He knows how to, preserve you to where that you're not harmed in the midst of danger. The angels are working, to protect the men of the Lord and the believers. And your faith is what generates that what's the word I'm looking for? That surety, and that's what it's all about. Your faith. Well, it's not all, but it's a big majority of your faith. Knowing that I'm doing the right thing and the Lord got me, and believing that He hear you when you pray, believing that He got his angels camped around you. Believing that is a big majority of how the Most High works. And also the works that you commit to, they go hand in hand. Scriptures say faith without works is dead. So you have to be doing, the will of the Most High. And ultimately, if you're a part of the chosen elect. And vice versa. He knows how to preserve the ungodly for the day of judgment. I know people see a lot of people getting away with committing a lot of fuckery, foolishness, deceitfulness, just all kind of manner of evil, and it seems like they are not getting judged. Nothing's bad happening to them, but the Most High sees everything, man. Scripture say his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He has angels that report to him on a daily. They telling. So you ain't getting away with nothing really. I'm gonna grab 2 Timothy. Come on now. Quiet. And it reads, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. Yea, and all that will live godly in Yahushua Mashiach shall suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make these wise unto thee, Salakia, are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Yahushua Mashiach. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine. And that's a cut to everybody that's talking about the Bible is written by man. Every book was written by man. But that don't stop people from learning mathematics, learning about different sciences and elements. So cut that. For reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. And that's something that society, especially American society, but the world does not like judgment. It does not like righteousness. It's a dark place, man. And your light shining, it shines a light on the wickedness. And that's highly despised in a wicked kingdom. Verse 17, that the man of Yahweh may be perfect, truly furnished unto all good works. And I'm going to end it with Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 11, because it's not about how many scriptures you can remember. It's not about how long you've been in the truth. It's about who endured it to the end, man. Through the persecution, through the slandering of the name, through the scoffers, through, catching hell, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. You know, so this race is not to the swift, it's to him that endureth, until the end. With that, I'm going to say Shalom and a Baba Ball.